Awesome question. So yeah, these are the growing pains of learning charisma. First of all, trust me, you're doing it right. It doesn't go perfect every time. The goal is to have slightly more energy than the environment would get from the average
I was going to
person.
refer to it as one level higher.
Yeah, 20% higher is what it's not real math, but I go 20% higher energy than the environment dictates.
I like one level for this reason, and I'll explain it to you. So if you consider a level as like, you've got, here's this, we're all sitting on a couch watching television. And the next thing is we're all hanging out, talking to each other, laughing in that same environment. And the next one is we're at a house party and there's drinks in their slip cup. And the next thing is we're out at a bar, and then we're out at a club and it's New Year's Eve, whatever.
Yeah.
If you think of that as the rough order of things, if everybody's sitting quietly, be the fun and talkative guy. If you're at a house party, be the person who's out at a bar having a really good time. If you're at a bar, be the person who's at a club. And if you're at a club, it's not 20%. It's like it's 150% more at a club.
I like level.
Like, and so that's the only reason, because it might be 20% at lower levels, but at the higher levels, it's like
double. Sure.
Yeah, it's double.
But that is to say, I would never advocate that people act like it's New Year's Eve and they're at the Las Vegas nightclub in every social situation. You don't just kick down the door of when there's 6 people gathered around like smoking weed and talking about philosophy. You don't just kick the door and I'm like, "What's up, everybody? Woo!" So yeah, it's the idea is that you are the highest energy, smiliest, most gregarious person in that environment, but not that you're maxed out.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's the big thing. So if they're all there speaking very literally, a level above that is to bring joking and playfulness into the interaction, a bit more volume, a bit more expressiveness.
The other thing is, you don't have to do all the talking. Is the other thing. I could imagine someone who's trying to work on their charisma. They're with 8 close friends and they're just trying to dominate the conversation. Mm-hmm. There is a place within being charismatic for listening with good eye contact, smiling when someone else is talking. Mm-hmm. It's not just about having the spotlight all the time.
Yep. Cool.
Next is, I'm currently building a platform/business around my passion, killer whales. For context, I plan on growing my current audience through content creation and incorporating products as the business grows. Ben mentions that most of the people he knows who have turned passion projects into jobs end up losing the love of the game. As somebody starting a business journey based on a passion, do you have any advice for keeping the love of the game as I build this passion into a profession?
It's inevitable.
Yeah, it is. There's a tension between business and art. Art is expression without regard for how it's received, and business it's all about how people receive things, because I'm here to serve you and in exchange get some value back myself. So there's going to be an inevitable tension where you're going, oh, you say, because the world that I know is YouTube, like, how fast can a killer whale swim and how long can a killer whale jump are like the videos everybody wants, but I'm tired of doing that. But the audience wants more killer whale stat videos. And so you're doing killer whales, but you're leaning in a direction that you're not totally in love with. And what I would just say is, one, I think ROI spreadsheet will be helpful so that when you do things that are business minded, you're getting the highest return on it. So if you're, for instance, you're deciding between creating a new website and releasing videos that you don't want to, and you're like, I don't really want to do either of these. I'm going to create this website. What you might have found is if you did the ROI spreadsheet, that the video has far greater return in money. So what you can do, and what Ben and I often do, is we'll be like, look, we're going to do these handful of very high monetary return things. And then things are good. Do a video you want. Do Henry Gracie. Do something else. We're doing okay. So it's kind of like one for me, one for them.
But oftentimes a lot of that is even beyond the business. It's okay, we're going to do this thing for the business and then I'm going to go surfing 3 days this week. And I don't say this to discourage anyone. I want to be clear. Starting Charisma on Command is one of the greatest things that has ever happened in my life. I'm just aware that this is part of the process of being focused on the money, because then you go, okay, well, I could make this video about how fast a whale is, but what I actually want to do is make a video about how much a whale eats in a day. But after 2 years of making weekly videos, what you'll go is, I still love whales, but what I want to do is go to an aquarium. I don't want to make a video about anything. And so then you take the week off and then you come back the next week and go, I still don't want to make a video about anything. And at some point you'll want to make a video again out of passion, but you'll make a video before that point, because if a month goes by without you making a video, the channel will start to suffer.
Yeah.
And when it's your primary form of income, that will not be something that you want. And honestly, even if you don't care about the money, just the fact that views are going down and this and that, you'll just get tied to doing things that you wouldn't choose to do if you had $1 billion. Sure. And that's okay. I mean, I really don't, this isn't meant to discourage at all. It's just something to be aware of, is that this isn't going to be 100% fun all the time. When you quit a job to start a business, even if it's a business in an area you're passionate about, even if it's doing something that you love, as you do it repetitively and as you start to think about it in terms of earning money, over time, it will just lose a bit of that love of the game joy and still be better than the job you left. And then you find other things. So like surfing is my thing that I don't ever plan to start a YouTube channel about. And it's pure joy. And I go only when I want to. And I never go surfing out of obligation. And I'm going to try to make a charisma video every other week, which is less than we used to do when we did them every week or twice a week at one point, but more than I would do if, I don't know, money, all of a sudden money was like removed from the world. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes. And the good news is that this is a problem that becomes more intense as a significant amount of time passes. So like 2 years is, where burnout is felt.
Yeah. We're like 8 years in,
just
so you guys know.
2
Charisma
to 3
Command was
years.
started 8 years ago.
The early phases are often very thrilling and exciting and challenging, and you're cracking a code and you have a lot to say and do and things that you want to make. So this isn't a problem that you need to be concerned with early on. Just back of your mind, aware of when it starts to crop up. That is what I would say. And
I'm more just say it as a fact of life. Like, it's like, yeah, there's gravity, and also people who start businesses that they're passionate about tend to lose their love of the game. But it's still could be way more rewarding than a job. Still could be amazing for the first couple of years. It's just a thing that happens.
Yep. Well, and so I'll elaborate one more thing. It's not that you're going to stop loving killer whales necessarily. Like I was listening to the Critical Role guys who play Dungeons and Dragons. They don't want to stop playing Dungeons and Dragons. What they want to stop doing is having to play every Thursday in front of an audience and make sure that everything is interesting to the audience and in line with the canon of the previous 130 episodes that they've established. What they want to do is go back to their basement.
Yeah, they just want to go off camera,
chill,
and do whatever they want.
So you might like just probably love killer whales, but you just might not want to talk about them or sell about them or whatever it is, which is cool.
And it'll probably still be better than a job.
Hope that you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to see more like this and have us do more podcasts, we are 100% funded by our generous patrons. And if you'd like to contribute, there's a link in the description, and we'll have one pop up on the screen right here so that we can do more podcasts where we have fun conversations and hopefully some deep ones like this. Either way, hope that you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.